what responsibility does your government bear for putting us in a position where you yourself describe as the finance minister, the public sphere is so degraded? You talk about the money that your government is spending towards increasing the supply of housing. The CMHC says housing starts were down 7% nationally in 2023 from 2022 and expects them to further decline this year. Where's the proof point that the money you say that you're going to get from this additional revenue source is actually going to make Canadians' lives better? I host a radio show during the day. I have been inundated the past 2 days with people who have called saying, I did not have a public sector job. I could not rely on a pension. So I decided to invest in a second rental property. I have worked nonstop in order to be able to do that. And I have paid taxes along the whole way. And now I'm being told I'm among the ultra wealthy that has to fund the government's income redistribution plan, essentially. Like, how is that about fairness? Some people will only pay capital gains once over their entire lifetime. So the number of people who may be impacted could be far greater than what your government has put forward. I know you want to characterize this as we're okay to go after the wealthy and the Conservatives are not. But there are a lot of people who do not feel wealthy who feel you are going after them. Wouldn't it be understandable if they were also asking themselves, are we going to get a return on that investment? You haven't just spent money on the things you're talking about. You also spent money on contracts with McKinsey last week that the Auditor General said more than half of which she could not figure out if there was value for money. She also came to the same conclusion on ArriveKin. You have grown the public sector considerably while at the same time growing the size and the scope of the number of consultants that you've hired and contract by 88% since you came into office, the reverse of what you promised to do in 2015. Why should Canadians be sure that while they are getting this additional tax, for the investments you say are necessary, they will get a return on that investment? The third question that you didn't flag, though, was the one that I'll circle back to. It's not just if you think you should invest or not. It's if you think the investments will actually pay off in the long term, that there will be a return on the investments you're making for Canadians. There is so much, but there is so much evidence that that's not the case. There are more people that, let me finish, there are more people than ever going to the food bank. GDP per capita is on the decline right now. Productivity, our own Deputy Bank of Canada governor is sounding an alarm about how terrible our productivity is relative to the United States. What is the evidence that you're going to take all that money from this new tax scheme and invest in ways that actually better our country? And don't you bear responsibility for the place we're at right now?